Now we're off to the house where everything's backwards, so stand up and get set for the very end of Crazy Cottage.
Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. In the mid-1990s, British children's television took a turn, quite literally, in reverse. Let's talk about one of the weirdest children's game shows to come out of the UK, Crazy Cottage. Premiering in 1996 on CITV, a programming block airing on ITV at the time, Crazy Cottage ran for 3 seasons and 33 episodes, inviting young contestants and viewers into a world where nothing worked the way it should. The sets were deliberately zany pieces of optical art, and the show was accompanied by a live studio audience, while 2 groups of young contestants would compete against each other in increasingly bizarre, backwards tasks. The show was created by Paul Zenon, an English magician, comedian, writer, and TV presenter. A pioneer of modern British street magic, he has produced and starred in many television specials and has written books about magic. He not only created Crazy Cottage, but wrote and produced it as well, guiding viewers through the show's organized chaos. At least at the beginning of the show's existence was Rick Adams, a familiar face of UK children's television. Known for his energetic, fast-paced presenting style, he appeared across major broadcast networks in the UK, including Nickelodeon, CBBC, ITV, and Channel 4. He soon made his way to the US, appearing in media like hosting AOL's kids' live show Radio KOL, CBS's Dance Revolution, Slime Time Live, and appeared on the Weather Channel. After 1996, Jez Edwards took over hosting duty. Jez is a British actor best known for his work in commercials and presenting, as well as acting in shows such as Chucklevision, Coronation Street, and the British version of Chuggington. Now, as you know, I talk about puppets on my channel, and you best believe this is a puppet show.
Hello? They think it's all over. Well, it isn't now, because we haven't played any games yet.
Yes, well, I'll be giving you a red card in a minute there if you don't shut up.
Oh, but it's not my birthday. Which means it is, because everything's backwards on this show.
The co-host of the series is Vera the Cuckoo, a puppet character who, ironically, struggles to understand the backwards premise of the show. She would be a constant presence through the show, popping in and out to have banter with Rick, Jez, and the contestants. Vera was performed by Steve Nallon, an accomplished impressionist and puppeteer, best known for his work on Spitting Image, where he famously performed Margaret Thatcher, of which he also would perform in real life as well. Steve has also worked on such iconic puppet media like The Spooks of Bottle Bay, Cat's Eyes, The Muppet Treasure Island, and The Dark Crystal Age of Resistance. All of the art direction, animations, designs, and Vera the Puppet were created and executed by Wrench and Franks, a London-based creative duo consisting of Kevin Wrench and Andrew Franks, who work as artists and filmmakers specializing in animation, graphic design, and illustrations. Now I think it's time I do my best to describe the show's format. So, after an extremely fun opening title sequence, we're introduced to our host and the 6 contestants, saying goodbye to the audience.
Yes, that's the end of another Crazy Cottage, so it's goodbye from me, Jez Edwards, and our 2 top teams. Firstly, the orange team, who are you?
Richard! Natalie! Kimberly!
And where are you from?
Northampton!
And the green team?
Michael! Green! Helen!
And where are you from?
Appleton Hall!
Let's hear it for our 2 teams! Tremendous! In case you're wondering, this is Crazy Cottage, where everything's front to back and certifiably bonkers. We start at the end of the show and play our way back to the beginning, don't we?
And then we head to round 5. So round 5 throws contestants straight into a high-energy challenge, one that would usually be the big finale task. So contestants might dismantle a sequence or scatter objects or perform an action in a reverse order. A winner completes the task and they are given a score, which is filtered through the central intrinsic regulator of illogicality, or Cyril, who bounces the points on an animated seesaw from the winner to the loser of the game, and the team who ends up with the least points is the winner. After the first season, the inside of Cyril was a temperature gauge instead of a seesaw, but it still did the same thing. Next, we head to round 4, where the contestants would go into the titular Crazy Cottage for this task. So this was a cottage on the set, which was an illusion house. The games would include doing something that would look cool, or at least normal in reverse, like setting a table. By round 3, the contestants often remained in the Crazy Cottage doing something that was difficult when working with wonky circumstances, such as making the biggest sandwich in a weird sideways kitchen out of ingredients found in the pantry. For round 2, the contestants would head back outside and be tasked with getting the opposite item that they are asked to get, which the host then judges. Then we get to the end, the beginning. The contestants usually head back into the Crazy Cottage again and do a task such as look at a photo upside down and guess what it is, or guess what a picture is with a bunch of additional nonsense added to it. After the points are allotted and reversed on Serial's seesaw, the groups are given their prizes. So the winner's prize might be something exciting, like a hotel stay or a trip to a theme park. Meanwhile, the losing team, the one who ended up with the most points, received deliberately absurd backwards prizes, such as a black light bulb or a blacked out handheld mirror so they can look at themselves in the dark. They all got a goodie bag, though, which is very exciting. And as each episode came to a close, the host didn't say goodbye, he said hello. Because in Crazy Cottage, the only way forward is backwards.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Just that leaves us enough time for us to say hello from all of us here at Crazy Cottage. My name's Rick Adams. Hello!
Bye-bye! Bye-bye!
The show slightly changed its formula with each passing season and the switch over of hosts, but generally, it's just a few different fun games happening inside and outside the Crazy Cottage. Though it ran for only 3 years, Crazy Cottage left a distinct impression ingrained into the minds of those who watched it as almost unnerving, overwhelming, and sometimes a little scary. As weird as this show was, its commitment to a single surreal concept, doing everything backwards, is not only impressive, but sets it apart from other children's game shows of the era. The 90s certainly were a time when high-stim shows began to pop up, and this is a perfect example of that. This show was a lot for my brain to handle, but I thoroughly enjoyed the hosts and Vera, as well as the contestants' excitement to be part of the show. When it comes to available episodes, there's about 4 available episodes on YouTube in pretty low quality and not all in one piece. Elsewhere, this show is nowhere to be found, but I'm sure somewhere there's a tape recorded by a parent with an episode that hasn't been seen in 30 years collecting dust in a basement. This show is just another piece of mostly lost obscure puppet media. Thanks to my friend Brandon for suggesting the show to me. You can follow me on Instagram at Jet McPlain, where I post unobscure puppet media of the week every Monday. If you like this video, feel free to like and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions or thoughts, please leave a comment below or send me an email at jetmcplain@gmail.com. I always appreciate the positive messages and encouragement, although my videos aren't really consistent. You better believe I currently have a 10-page list of content to talk about, and I'm gonna get through it before I die. Hi, everyone.
Oh, hello, Vera.
It's hello, Vera, not hello, Vera. I'm a cuckoo, not herbal shampoo.
Well, let me introduce